Hey guys, it's Sharika and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I would love to have you. So today we are doing some snow crab legs. I have some corn and some cucumber back here. For today's drink, we're just gonna call this a blue moon. It's just orange juice and blue syrup at the bottom. So I'm gonna mix it up. Now let's see if it'll turn. Oh. Come on, stop acting up. Alright, we're gonna mix it. And it'll turn green. Okay, let me say my grace. Alright. Let's get started. Who's ready for story time? Let me hear you say, hell yeah. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm in a good mood today. I broke my nail yesterday, so y'all don't try to come for me. Okay. So, we're gonna just get right into the story. Where's my towel? Okay. So, it started off with this young girl looking for love in all the wrong places. So by the time she was 21, she had 5 kids by different guys. She lived with her mom and she worked at a hotel, like at the front desk. She would see like the women coming in there with their fancy jewelry and, you know, the fancy cars parked outside. And she wanted that for herself. But with the job she had, she knew she couldn't afford those type of things. So she decides she's gonna go out and take what she wants. Right? These crab legs so good. She's gonna go out and take what she wants. So she ended up getting arrested because she used to just basically shoplift. She got arrested. She did 4 months in jail. Her kids were living with her mom. So once she got out of jail, she decided she was going to try to get her life together. So one night, her and her girlfriend decided they was going to go out. So they went to like a local club. They had all the guys' attention because they was looking real good. And you know when you get to the club, I know I used to do it too, me and my friends, you got to do that walkthrough first before y'all stand in y'all little spot. So they did their little walkthrough. All the guys was checking them out. So this one dude and his homeboy decided they was going to approach her and her friend. So they kicked it with him all night. You know, you could tell he had money or whatever. So she asked him like, well, what you do? So he told her he was a street pharmacist. Oh, we all know what that means, girl. So fast forward, they become a couple. You know, of course, he taking care of her, taking her out. He was older than her. So, you know, he was a little experienced with how to please a woman. So he knew what women like. He knew how to take care of her. Right. So one day, they riding down the street. and he asked her, if she wanted to get in the business with him and his homeboy. Letting her know, you know, you see how much money I'm making, you can make money for you and your kids. You know, you can have your own money. So she agreed to it. All right. So time go by. She's made a name for herself. Everybody know them in the street that, you know, they doing well. Well, I think. So she moved in with them. They move out of town. And you know, everything was going good. So something happened with the connect, right? So they had to find another connect. Now her boyfriend was the man when they had the, you know, the first connect. This time, his right-hand man found the connect, right? So now his right-hand man doing better than him. So his best friend, or his right-hand man, was moving into a bigger place. So he asked them if they wanted to take over his lease. So they said, yeah. They moved in a new apartment. These crab legs so good, y'all. So when his friend come, you know, when it's time to re-up, and his friend bringing him the product, he like, man, what's up with your boy? Because I'm paying you the same amount of money, but it seemed like every time you bring, you know, new products through, the batch getting smaller and smaller. So his friend like, man, you tripping, whatever. So he like, you know, you living it up. You got all this flashy jewelry. You know, you got new cars. You moving in big apartments. You know, what's up? So his friend just kept telling him, like, you tripping, you tripping. After a while, things start getting really, really hard for the couple. So they end up getting kicked out of their apartment because they couldn't pay the rent. So she moved back home with her mom. He moved in with his cousin. So the girlfriend was like, you know, I feel like old boy playing us. You know something ain't right. Like, look how he living. And, you know, we basically out here starving. She said, and on top of that, I'm pregnant. So, of course, he started freaking out. Like, oh, my God, you pregnant? Like, no, we cannot have no baby right now. But I guess she was one of those girls that felt like if you have a baby, you can, that's going to make you keep the dude or whatever. So she wanted to keep the baby. So he was like, I'm going to handle it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to handle it. So he called his friend. They started arguing on the phone. He just was, you know, letting them know that I feel like you playing us. You ain't being right. You know what I'm saying? And it's dirty what you're doing or whatever. So the dude was like, okay, well, I've already told you that, you know, I ain't doing nothing shady. So y'all out the game then. If y'all want to act like that, then y'all out. Right? and they hang up. So he comes up with the plan that he tells his girlfriend, like, okay, I'm just gonna go over there and I'm gonna just take what's mine. I know he always having a lot of money at the house and product. I'm gonna just go over there and take what's mine, and that's it. He was like, but we have to have, I need some help. So he called his cousin. His cousin bring, you know, everything that they need. They strapped up or whatever. She borrows her friend's car. And they head over to the right-hand man's, well, he the man at this point, but it was his right-hand man. So I'm gonna just keep saying right-hand man so y'all won't get confused, you know what I'm talking about? So they head over there. Her boyfriend goes to the door first. Cousin is still in the car and the girlfriend is still in the car. So he go in, and the right-hand man is in the house with one of his homeboys, and they just sitting around, you know, talking, smoking, counting money. Got, you know, product on the table, whatever. So it kind of threw him off because it was this other dude in there. And he was a big dude too, so kind of threw him off a little bit. So, you know, he just trying to have regular conversation. Hold on. Okay. He just trying to have regular conversation. So he texts his homeboy or his cousin and tell him, you know, come in the house. They just having regular conversation. So the girlfriend had to come in too because she had to use the restroom. So she did what she had to do. And then she left. So of course her boyfriend like, you know, we done came this far, we might as well finish what we had to do. So he comes up with this plan. He gonna act like he leaving. So the right-hand man get up, start walking them towards the door. You know, they dapping each other up, whatever, whatever. Halfway to the door, he turns around and draws his gun out, whatever. So he ended up shooting him. And the cousin is basically keeping the other dude in line. So he's taking off his jewelry, taking off his right-hand man jewelry, checking his pockets. And then he go and take care of the right-hand man friend that was there too. Well, the neighbors heard the shots. So the police was called. Now there was a police on the community property already, so he got there in like seconds. By the time they were running out of the house, the police was already outside. But they jumped into the car and drove off. So the chase began immediately. So, of course they can't get away. They stopped a couple of times, like threw the gun out, threw like jewelry out, like stuff that it was unnecessary. I don't even know why they even bothered doing that. So once they realized that they couldn't get away in the car because the police was on their tail, they ended up jumping out. One went left, one went right. And she kept going. So the cousin was caught first. And of course he started singing like a bird, like a bluebird. Ooh. He just basically said that it was his cousin. He didn't do nothing. Whatever. they ended up catching the girl. She got out of the car, parked it in the alley, but the neighbors had already gave the cops the description of you know, who they saw outside. So they called her too. But of course, she not telling. Oh boy got away. So I think he was on the run for about maybe 6 months before they finally caught him. So to make this long story short, they all got life, even her. You know, she tried to say that she was just in a car. She didn't know that that's, you know, that's what the plan was, for them to go in there and do that. But they just felt like, okay, well, once you heard the shots, because the neighbors obviously heard the shots, and you were sitting right outside the house and didn't call the police. And then you was basically the getaway driver. So they all ended up doing life behind bars. Ooh, that was good. And I know that story was so juicy. Y'all, I posted a vlog on Saturday. If you guys have not watched that vlog, go ahead and check that vlog out. It does have my sauce recipe in the vlog. It's not a dedicated video. It's within the vlog. So go ahead and check it out. I have the link in the description box below. Ooh. I'm gonna eat this last piece, and I'm gonna go ahead and end the video because my camera's getting ready to cut off. Okay guys, so I hope you're done eating. If you're eating with me, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the next 2 videos at the bottom of the screen, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye y'all.